Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the first game of the day, the MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2. NMDC 11 facing FAUJI fighters today. NMDC winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Not had a great start to the tournament, NMDC. They lost their first game. FAUJI, meanwhile, is playing their first game of this tournament. Interesting to see what the day holds today. Either way, one of the two teams will get some points on the board. Beautiful day for cricket. Umpires are already out there. Team FAUJI walking out to the middle. Batsmen are already ready, taking guard. Not a single cloud in the sky. Perfect weather for cricket. Temperature in the early 20s. Gentle breeze blowing across the ground. Should be some assistance with the ball the first 2 or 3 overs, but otherwise this pitch is a batting paradise. Good consistent bounce through the day. Allows batsmen to play through the line. Bowlers in the meantime also do enjoy the bounce. So if you can hit the right lengths, the right areas, you will also get some reward for some good bowling. Whether FAUJI managed to do that today, we'll find out in I think a couple of minutes time. Things just about in order. I think we're going to start with the bowler bowling right arm over the wicket. Edged first ball. Moves very quickly towards the fielder at third man. Keeps it down to a single. Rishi Raj off the mark with that stroke, 1 of 1. Scored 40 runs in the first match. Rishi Raj of the lone fighter for NMDC. This is good bowling from Ravi, keeping things really tight, banging in at length. It's impressive to see early on in the game the bowler can hit the length. Also generating some good pace. Soumitra on strike now. Ravi running in. Slightly outside the off stump, but the umpire says that that's good. The batsman looking almost in bemusement towards the umpire, maybe wishing for a wide. Looks like that's the captain walking over to the bowler, giving him some advice. Captain in the blue hat. Distinctive blue cap, or rather a hat. Ravi running in again from the media end. On a length, just outside the off stump. Beautiful bowling this. Soumitra beaten all ends up. This is exactly the kind of start that NMDC had in the last game as well. I think they were slightly sedate. They need to show a little more intent early on today and make use of the power play overs. Played in the air this time. Just landing short of the fielder at mid-off. They run through for a single. So Soumitra off the mark with that stroke. 2 runs on the board. Both batsmen have had kind of an edgy start to their innings so far. Ravi making the ball talk early on in the innings. Drilled it past back the bowler. That is exactly what you want as the batting team. All along the ground for a terrific boundary in the long off region. So good end to the first over. Takes them to 6, so no loss. Rishi batting on 5 of 2. Like I said earlier, he was the lone warrior for NMDC in the last game, having scored 40 runs. This team will want a lot more from him. In the meantime, we have Azhar coming into bowl. 175 wickets in his 200 games, best of 5 for 13. And he has 6 wickets in his last 5 innings. Starts off with a full straight ball on the stumps. Oh, there was almost a run-out opportunity on there. It's all happening in the center. Rishi Raj almost ran through for a single there. Soumitra was nowhere close. I think that was panic running from Rishi Raj there. Maybe wanted to deceive the umpire. Once again, you can see a slight yes and no between the batters. But eventually, the ball beats the fielder within the circle at covers and they run through for 2 runs. Soumitra will need to keep the strike rotating. The field right now, a deep cover. Looks like that's the only fielder that's outside the 30-yard circle for them. Beaten outside the off stump again. This is interesting from FAUJI. Very, very attacking field. Just one fielder outside the 30-yard circle, and they're allowed 2. Play deftly towards the fielder at cover point, and they run through for a single. Good shot that from Soumitra. Needs to do more of this. Needs to keep rotating the strike. Dot balls create unnecessary pressure on the batting team. Like we've seen every time that we've played on this ground, that this is a high-scoring ground. Kind of have to make sure that you target at least the 180 mark. Sriraj trying to go big on the leg side. I think he got some inside edge on that. That was a definite run-out opportunity for the wicket-keeper, who misses and they run through for a single. Last ball of the second over coming up. This 10-run score of 11 balls. Outside edge this time, and the third man this time is inside the circle. So the ball will beat him to the boundary rope. A terrific result for the batting team that. Azhar will be disappointed because he had bowled well all along that over. It conceded a boundary off the outside edge, or rather the bottom edge. The last ball of the over, the score moves on to 14 for none, 7 runs and over. Ravi running in, pulls it full down the leg side. The batsman helps the ball on its way. A terrific leg lance. Rishi looking in good form again. 10 runs already of the first 4 balls that he saves. He scored off every ball. That was beautifully played. Delectable stroke down the leg side. The fielder may have had a chance in the short fine leg region. The ball was too quick for him. So we just have confirmation. The bowler's name is Rahul, who's running in from right arm over the wicket. Tall, lanky Rahul bowling to 𝗍𝗏𝗏. Short ball, got it to rise on a length. Very intelligently played by 𝗍𝗏 towards the point region, and they run through for a single. This is good batting. This is going to be a battle between Rahul and Soumitra now. Soumitra has not looked in great form. He's caught up on the scoring, 8 of 9 now, courtesy the outside edge in the last over of the last ball. That was well played by Soumitra towards the mid-on region. They run through for a single. This is exactly what NMDC will be hoping that he can do consistently. Keep rotating the strike, get 𝗍𝗏𝗏 on strike as much as possible, because 𝗍𝗏𝗏 is batting very, very well. Seems to be middling everything. You can see from FAUJI as well, 2 fielders out for 𝗍𝗏𝗏, deep cover and deep long off. Advances, hits it over square leg. What a good shot that is from 𝗍𝗏. Brings up his 3rd boundary with that shot. The score moves on to 24 for none. This is exactly the kind of intent that NMDC were lacking in their last game. But it's great to see that they've come out with a game plan today. Azhar walking over to Rahul. Does that bring a change in field? Yes, looks like there's a change in field, because long off have gone back into the circle. Long on, I think, is walked out. Cover stays back. The 2 fielders out now, a deep cover and deep long on. Interesting that shot was hit over mid-on, sorry, square leg, but the bowler choosing to send back mid-on. Maybe he's going to target a straighter line now. No, he bowls that shot outside the off stump. And 𝗍𝗏𝗏 is batting like a dream at the moment. Rocks back, picks the gap perfectly between the point and the gully fielder, and sends the ball across the boundary rope for a terrific boundary. 28 for none now the score. And Rahul being put under tons of pressure. 14 runs conceded already this over in 5 balls. He's conceded 20 runs of his 11 balls. Advances, it's hit straight back past the bowler. Bowler gets his hand on it and keeps it down to a single. Very good result that for NMDC, because what that means, if 𝗍𝗏𝗏 retains strike, the end of the 3rd over, the score moves on to 28 for none. 29 for none, rather. 𝗍𝗏 batting on 20 of 8. Soumitra batting on 9 of 10. Azhar is going to come back to bowl his 2nd over. Azhar looks like a more line and length bowler. Doesn't generate too much pace, just keeps it within the stumps. Trades accuracy for speed. Rahul will be disappointed with the results in the last over. Was running in, kept bowling in with pace, kept hitting the deck hard. Just didn't get the result that he was looking for, because 𝗍𝗏𝗏 made sure that he utilized the pace well, both on the leg side and on the off side. That's the one thing that you can criticize Rahul for. Because as a bowler, you don't want to be hit on both sides of the wicket. It makes it very difficult for the fielding team, for the captain to make a plan, for him to devise a strategy on how to get the batsman out. Even if you're conceding runs on just one side of the wicket, the captain can think of a field, can think of a strategy to get the batsman out. But when you concede runs on both sides, it makes it tricky for the bowling captain. In any case, let's come back to the action now. 𝗍𝗁 again facing strike, 20 of 8. He's going to face Azhar, who's bowling right arm over the wicket from the media end. Starts off with a foolish ball on the stumps. 𝗍𝗁 flicked it towards the mid-wicket region. The fielder in the deep stops it well, keeps it down to a single. This time played on the offside. Intelligent batting there from Soumitra. That's all he needs to do. Keep rotating the strike. Keep handing it over to Rishi, the man in the yellow boots. Change in field coming up. Fine leg moves out towards square leg. And a mid-wicket moves in from the square leg region. Azhar is going to bowl it within the stumps, which he does. And the umpire raises his finger. It was a slow ball on the stumps. 𝗍𝗁 was beaten all ends up, asking the umpire if the ball was going down the leg. The umpire has raised his finger already, so there's no discussion. The end of a very good cameo from 𝗍𝗁. His innings packs up at 21 runs of 10 balls at a strike rate of 210. They've got the start that they wanted, but now do they have the ammunition to keep carrying on? Meantime, Azhar, like we had discussed, the bowler who trades accuracy for speed, he was accurate on that occasion, bowled it slow onto the stumps. 𝗍𝗁 just a little bit too early into his stroke, was through his shot before the ball had come to him, hitting him on the pads. We take another look at that replay. And see there, slow ball, landing within the stumps. Maybe height was a concern there, not to the umpire. The umpire was pretty instantaneous in his decision to raise his finger. So he was certain that the ball was hitting the stumps. 𝗍𝗁 may have other thoughts, but that's the nature of this game. You don't let the ball hit your pad if you don't want the umpire to raise his finger. This time Rishi was not able to make that and paying the ultimate price. Moving on, 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗀𝗃𝗃. 𝗪𝗃𝗃 𝗀𝗃𝗃 comes out to bat. White ball to start proceedings. Interesting to see how 𝗪𝗃𝗃 fares. Short ball outside the off stump, just nudged it towards the fielder at point, overrunning the ball there, conceding a single. Once again, similar outcome. Played it swiftly towards the fielder at point, but this time that was close. Soumitra, not anticipating that the throw will come to his end. I think he would have been short if the ball would have hit the stumps. Maybe we can take another look at that. No, the action just keeps on coming. Bowl him! What a good piece of bowling that was from Azhar. Just keeping things tight. And he sends 𝗪𝗃𝗃 packing, losing his off stump. Let's take another look at that. Take another look at that replay. Inside edge, leg stump out of the way. Azhar does the job, picks up 2 wickets, places a huge dent on NMDC's prospects. Both batters who had got runs in the last game have now been dismissed, 𝗍𝗏 and Aniket. And now it's left to the rest of the team. Shashidhar in the meantime comes into bowl, right arm medium. He's picked up 30 wickets so far. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 is the new batsman who joins 𝗬𝗏 in the middle. 𝗬𝗏 will now take strike. Interesting game this now for 𝗬𝗏. He's playing second fiddle to 𝗍𝗏. Now suddenly he becomes the senior batter out there. It's like just one fielder outside the 30 yards. No, they decide to keep the long off back. So Rahul stays back at long off. They also have a fielder at deep third man. The umpire just gesturing towards the captain, asking him to move things along quickly. Banged into the pitch. The batter also hits it back to the bowler. No runs conceded. Shashidhar, really tall bowler. He'll always get some extra bounce from the surface. Depends on where he lands the ball. Once again, beaten outside the off stump. That's been 𝗬𝗏's bane throughout this innings. Been beaten outside the off stump quite a few times, and the ball is away from him. He tends to just stay in his crease and throws his hands at the ball. No foot movement towards the ball. This time he hits it towards mid-wicket on the bounce. There was a run-out opportunity there at the wicket-keeper's end, but the fielder throwing towards the bowler. Chance goes begging for FAUJI. That was suicidal from 𝗬𝗏. There was no run there because the ball was hit flat to the fielder at mid-wicket. Fielder making an error there. If he had just chosen to throw at the keeper's end, a definite run-out chance that goes begging. This time he drills it past back the bowler towards long off, and they run through for a single. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 taking strike for the first time this innings. Straight back pass to the bowler. That is a simple dismissal, as easy as they come. Just chipped it back straight into the bowler's arms, who takes a comfortable catch. There was no pace, no venom in that stroke from 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃. And luckily for Shashidhar, he had his arms in the right place, held on to a simple return catch. They say it's never easy when you're following through in your bowling, but that was as easy as they come. What a good result this is for FAUJI. 3 wickets now in very quick succession. Last 7 or 8 balls, I think, have resulted in 3 wickets for NMDC, and they now are in desperate need of a partnership. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 gets dismissed without scoring a run. Last ball of the 5th over coming up. Once again, we take another look at that caught. Simply chipped back to the bowler. There was no pace, no venom in that stroke whatsoever. The bowler simply had to raise his arms to catch that. The easiest cotton bowl that he will ever take in his life. So Shashi with some impressive stats, 5 balls bowled, just 1 run conceded, has picked up 1 wicket already. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, the new batter in the middle, facing his first ball. A good ball first up, straight into the stumps, very close to the block hole. Credit to 𝗃𝗃𝗃, managed to get his bat down in time, hit it towards long off, and they run through for a single. So the end of the 5 overs, the score has moved on to 36 for 3, 7.2 the current run rate. A very dicey situation this for NMDC now, because on the one hand they have to look at the run rate, on the other they've lost a few wickets, they have to keep a tab on that as well. I think what the team NMDC need right now is a partnership. They'll hope for a partnership at a runner ball at least for the next 20-30 balls. Meantime, we have Harshil who comes into the attack. Curly head sensation, Harshil, jersey number 7. The field for him is once again going to be cover point deep. Everybody else seems to be inside the circle. Maybe there's a mid-wicket deep. Starts off with a length ball outside the off stump. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 lets go comfortably to the keeper. This time down the leg side, an easy decision for the umpire that raises his arms, calls it a wide. Outside the off stump this time, once again, we've seen with the NMDC batters that they've struggled to connect the ball on the off side. Seem to be okay when the ball is into the stumps, but whenever it's bowled outside the off stump, maybe just footwork that's causing the issue. Need to move back and across. See, once again, missed also by the wicketkeeper that time. Just got his glove on it, but not stopped it completely. So 2 runs added to the score. 39 for 3. Slow one on the legs. Maybe pads, leg by? Yeah, signaled by the umpire. Leg by called. So 4 runs so far this over, all 4 in the form of extras. 3 wides and 1 leg by. This time got some bat on it outside the off stump. Exactly the bat that they needed to take that ball across the boundary rope. Good stroke from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Got the gap between point and third man. Comfortable boundary. That helps the scoring rate a little bit. Score has moved on to 44 now. NMDC will target maybe 1 more boundary this over from Harshil. Defends it. Says no to the single. Nice, loud and early call from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, sending for Mitra back. There was no run there, and he was wise enough to see that. Oh, beaten outside the off stump. Beautiful bowling that time from Harshil. Hit the length right outside the off stump. Got the ball to move just a tad bit. And beat the open face of the bat. Lucky for 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. He did not get any edge on that. So both batsmen looking to play a little mellow now. Okay, looks like there's a change. Yeah, looks like there's a change in the wicket keeper. Looks like it's going to be Azhar who's going to keep wickets now. That's interesting. He bowled 2 overs, picked up 2 wickets, and now wants to don on the keeper's hat. So man for all seasons, Azhar. Shashidhar comes back to bowl his second over, just conceded 2 runs in his last over and picked up a wicket. He bowled to Soumitra, struggling a little bit with the scoring rate now, 12 of 17. But NMDC really need him to bat long. They need him to bat for 12-13 overs at least. We are just into 6 overs so far this innings. 3 wickets have been lost already. Shashidhar bowling right arm over the wicket. Once again, you see outside the off stump, Soumitra struggled to get his bat on it, just got the outside edge at the keeper Azhar. The moment he waves the gloves, the ball follows him. Dismissed for 12 of 18. A fantastic result this for FAUJI. 4 wickets now, early on in the innings, 44 for 4, the Nelson on the board. Team NMDC are really struggling here. Just that wrong outcome for them. Really wanted Soumitra to bat for a long time today. Unfortunately for them, that was not the outcome that they got. Managing to get the faintest outside edge. Take a look at the replay again. On a length, just outside the off stump, nudged it on its way to the wicketkeeper. Nice, simple catch at a comfortable height to Azhar, who makes no mistake with that. So Azhar is having quite a day today. 2 wickets already to go with that catch. That was his first ball as a wicketkeeper today. The first ball, gets a comfortable catch in the middle of his gloves. And Shashidhar now has 2 wickets. Wow. 2 wickets for 2 runs. Couldn't have asked for better stats today. New batter, Raju. Starts off with the ball down the leg side. Raju has helped it on its way. Let's see if there is enough pace there. No, it doesn't look like it's going to go to the boundary. Just 2 runs added to the score. Leg by signal by the umpire. That's what I thought. If there was some bat on it, the ball would have raced away. But it hit the pad. So when it hits the pad, because of the cushioning on the pad, the ball invariably slows down a little bit. The 2 runs nevertheless added to the score. That's been the template for the day so far. Every time they've bowled outside the off stump, batters, all batters except for Rishi Raj have struggled to get bat on it. When they've gotten bat on it, it's been in the form of edges. They've lacked control outside the off stump. That's been the bane for Team NMDC today. Short one outside the off stump this time. Fielded well by the fielder at point. Tumbles down, keeps that down to a single. That's a good commitment from Team FAUJI. Is always what you're desperate to see on the cricket field. Fielders throwing themselves around. Length ball outside the off stump, lets it go into the keeper's gloves. Just good smart batting from Jayaprakash. They need to do a lot more of this if they need to have a chance in this game, Team NMDC. They'll need to take calculated risks, make sure that they put the bad balls away. Wide one that time. Azhar nonchalantly just uses one glove to stop that ball. That's not advisable. You can get a rap on your knuckles when you do that. Also, the ball just moves a little bit. You may end up conceding a boundary. But that's what Azhar chooses to do on that occasion. Concedes a wide. Smartly played by Jayaprakash. Just taps it towards the fielder at point. No run taken. The end of the over. The score moves to 48 for 4. Shashidhar has bowled 2 overs, conceded 4 runs and picked up 2 wickets. And now it's going to be Harshil who comes back into the bowling attack. Interestingly, 2 number 7 jerseys on the field. The bowler and the fielder at mid-wicket both donning a number 7 jersey. Aggressive stroke this time from Raju. Hits it perfectly in the gap between the fielder at cover point and long off and picks a good boundary or a good counter-attacking stroke that was from Raju. I must say Raju's come out to bat. He's looked a little comfortable compared to the earlier batters. Seems to have a good head on his shoulders. The fielder at cover point moves a lot straighter now. Just as I say that, there's an outside edge. The ball was comfortably outside the leg stump, just played a little too early, Raju, on that occasion. Luckily for him, the ball did not carry to the fielder at covers. Just goes on the bounce to the fielder at cover. Lucky to get away with that, Raju. Change in line now coming from around the wicket. Once again, outside edge. Luckily for him, lands in the gap over the fielder at short third man, towards the fielder at deep third man, and a single added to the score. Raju now living a charmed life. 2 edges of 2 balls, both not going to hand. Once again, down the leg side. Once again, very interesting piece of wicket keeping that from Azhar. No movement whatsoever, just moves his arms and catches the ball. It's been very lucky so far, Azhar, that the ball has bounced right at the right areas. The ball has landed in his gloves. But I dare say if there's just a slight bit of deviation, just a little bit of uneven bounce, those will go for byes. There you go. That's exactly what I had anticipated earlier. The ball outside the leg stump, Azhar not moving. And when you don't move along with the line of the ball, you're going to concede runs as a wicket keeper. So that is poor from Team FAUJI. But that's exactly what Team NMDC were looking for. 5 bonus runs added to the score. With that boundary, the score moves to 59. The run rate have also moved close towards 8 now. It's been a good partnership now. 15 runs of 8 balls so far. They need to carry this on. Outside edge. The fielder at short third man does the fielding. No runs added to the score. Harshil seems to be struggling a little bit with his line. Chooses to come back over the stumps. Once again, outside the off stump. Once again, the batter misses. It's been that kind of a day. The batters have just struggled to hit anything outside the off stump. They seem to lack conviction playing those strokes. This time the umpire stretches his arms in slow motion, calls it a wide. Interesting that from the umpire. Almost like a curtain draw. Very slowly stretches his arms and signals that a wide. This time a wide down the leg side. 𝗹𝗏 once again not moving, but luckily for him, the ball in his range manages to stop that almost like a football goalkeeper would. Just parries it instead of catching it. And now looks like he has his arm on his back, so 𝗹𝗏 maybe not feeling 100%. Score has moved on to 60, 61 rather, 2 wides. With that single down towards long off, the score moves to 62. The end of 8 overs, 7.75 the current run rate. NMDC will be happy with that. They'll just want to keep this partnership going for a little while. They'll be hoping that they can bat for maybe 14 or 15 overs. '62 for 4, 8 overs bowled. Raju batting on 6 of 6. Jayaprakash batting on 6 of 11. Harshil has conceded 21 runs of his 2 overs. And a stark contrast, Shashidhar has conceded just 4 runs of his 2 overs. We now have Shiva coming into the attack. He's picked up 583 wickets. Wow! 583 wickets. That must be a record of some sort. At any level, to pick up 583 wickets is an achievement. Means that he has tons of experience. See, he's dictating his field. Have a third man, long off, deep cover, deep long on, and a deep mid wicket. So 5 fielders outside the circle. As expected, bowls it straight, just missing the stumps. No appeal there from the bowler. Shiva Gundra. Wow, I can't get over that number, 583 wickets. Wow. Must have bowled quite a few overs to get those. Beats him outside the off stump. 𝗹𝗏 this time does manage to hold on to it. So Team FAUJI looks like they have a lot of experience in their side. 𝗹𝗏 himself, very experienced bowler. Shashidhar also looked like a very, very wily old campaigner with his line and length. And now Shiva. Inside edge that time, going for the flamboyant stroke. Jayaprakash struggling a little bit for timing, just 6 runs for 14 balls now. Striking at only 40 runs per 100 balls. That's not good enough when you're playing the T20 game. But NMDC will really, really hope that he can bat it out there, that he can just rotate the strike somehow and keep himself going. Too far outside the off stump that time, called a wide. 𝗹𝗏 holds on to it. The wide has been the most effective scorer for NMDC so far this innings. 14 runs conceded so far in the form of wides. Make that 15. One more wide. So the second highest scorer for them this innings, after Rishi Raj's 21, has been wides in the form of 15 runs, 18 extras total, 3 leg byes. Missed by the fielder at covers, concedes a single. Rahul charges in aggressively. He can't stop the single that time. Jayaprakash will do well to get Raju on strike. Raju batting on a strike rate of 100, 6 of 6. The fielder at covers, I think, should go in a little bit. That's where a couple of edges have already gone from Raju's bat. Once again, you can see there, he's trying to hit across the line, trying to hit that on the leg side, a ball that's way outside the off stump. Gets the outside edge that goes on the bounce to the fielder at short third man. Raju just needs to play to the line of the ball here. She tries to do on that occasion, but no footwork whatsoever. Beaten outside the off stump. The end of the over for Shiva. There's 3 runs conceded in that over, 2 in the form of wides, 1 single. 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗃 comes into the attack. He seems to be a very experienced bowler as well. Over 350 wickets taken already by 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗃. What a bowling lineup Team FAUJI have put together for themselves. Smartly played. Slowish ball outside the off-stump, just nudged it towards the fielder at short third man. They run through for a single. That's good from 𝗃𝗂𝗃. He needs to keep rotating the strike as much as possible. Raju facing again, 6 runs off his 8 balls. Very, very slow, on a length, picked it towards the fielder at mid-wicket, and only concedes a single. Fascinating cricket this. 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗃 may be the slowest bowler that I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely flighting it in the air. And just as I say that, he fires that one, hit over the fielder at cover. The ball is running in towards the cover boundary. The fielder makes a meal of it. And that's 4 runs, 4 much needed runs for 𝗃𝗂𝗃, who finally gets a move on to his batting innings. 12 now of 17. Something interesting is going to happen now, because Kishore is giving it a lot of air, and when that happens, the batsmen choose to get aggressive. When they get aggressive, you either get runs or wickets. So we are in for a fascinating period of cricket. Once again, lobs it in the air, gives it enough time. Interesting to see if he gets any turn on it, but so far that hasn't been the case. Wow, that was super slow motion. Once again, just helped it on its way towards the fielder at square leg. The batsman not happy with himself. He was expecting more, but it's never easy because you're not used to playing such flight. This is very interesting bowling from Kishore. It's conceded 8 runs in 5 balls, but it's been an event. Once again, slowly bowled outside the off-stump. The batsman respectfully defends it. No runs conceded. The end of 10 overs, the score for NMDC 73. 73 for 4 of the first 10 overs. They will want to get a move on in the next 10. They will want to score at a run rate of at least 8 10 overs so they can push the 150 mark. I dare say if they want to be competitive in this innings, they have to get to at least 150. 170 would be ideal, but 150 is the bare minimum that they will need. Whether they are able to manage that or not, we'll find out in a little while. get ready for the start of the second half of the first innings between NMDC 11 and FAUJI fighters. NMDC 11 choosing to win the toss and bat first. Beaten once again outside the off stump at pace. It's been the story of the day for NMDC so far. The struggle to connect. The ball has been around a length outside the off stump. It's been the story of the day for all of their batters besides Rishi Raj. This time does connect. But an overthrow comes in. Once again, I must say that that is pretty lazy wicket keeping from Azhar. Doesn't look like a natural wicket keeper, Azhar. Not sure why he's chosen to put those gloves on. Number 17. Shiva running in from the highway end. Full this time outside the off stump, plays it towards the fielder at deep cover. They run through for a single. This is exactly what NMDC is hoping for. Both of these batsmen, they can score a few runs without taking too many risks. Partnership currently 31 of 26, so they've batted 4 overs together. NMDC will hope that they can bat at least 5 more overs together. Full ball on the stumps, plays it in the gap towards mid-wicket. This is good batting. Comfortable single taken, no risk cricket. It's exactly what Team NMDC want. Team FAUJI in the meantime, the fighters, will now be hoping for a breakthrough. It's been quite a while since they've picked up a wicket. Once again, you can see that just outside the off stump. Gets some bat on it. The keeper had no chance. Let's take another look at that replay. Yeah, no movement from the wicketkeeper whatsoever again on that occasion. Shot outside off. Flared his bat at that. Hit the cream of the leather and the ball was sent like a trace of bullet beyond the boundary rope. So 2 back-to-back boundaries for Jayaprakash. Like they say, there's Prakash at the end of the tunnel. So 2 good boundaries, gets the run rate going for them. 84 now of 11. Just a tad under 8 runs and over. Azhar now looks like he's going to wear the helmet and walk up to the stumps. Kishore will be coming in to bowl his second over. Very interesting first over from Kishore. Kept flighting the ball in the air. Kept the batsman interested all along. Once again, you can see that. Extremely slow. You miss, I hit. Umpire raises his finger. I'm not really sure about that one. And to me, it seemed like the ball had pitched outside the leg stump. But the umpire has raised his finger. That's all that matters. Raju has been dismissed. Be interesting to take a look at that replay. Where was that ball pitching? Was it pitching in line with the stumps? I'm not sure that it was. So Raju has been dismissed. Given out leg before to Kishore. Scored 10 runs off his 14 balls. A dicey innings that from Raju. But that was a good partnership for NMDC. Raza comes out to bat. They really need another partnership now, Team NMDC, if they need to have any chance in this game. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 has just gotten his innings going on the other end, 22 of 22. Looks like a slight hold up. Kishore making some adjustments to the ball there, showing it to the umpire. This gets the green signal, so I think we're about to get underway again. 𝗏𝗏 taking strike. It's never easy for a new batter to face a bowler who has that much flight. I'm sure we are going to see another full, slowish ball looping onto the stumps, or a quick one that is fired into the stumps. Either of the two. Yeah. On a length, outside the leg stump. This time, the umpire stretches his arms. In my opinion, this was a very similar ball to the ball that got the batsman out. It's just that the batter had managed to get his pad in his way last time round. This time, flares it outside the off stump. Good bat on it. The fielder at cover point does the running, but he can only chase it beyond the boundary rope. A good start to his innings for 𝗏𝗏. Word coming in from the pavilion to 𝗏𝗏 that they want him to bat out the 20 overs. That will be quite a task, because the way that Kishore is bowling, I think there's some action left in store. A short one this time outside the leg stump. Was fired in. Batsman got some bat on it. They get a single. So 𝗏𝗏 has got his innings going. 5 runs for his first 2 balls. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 now taking strike, batting on 22 of 22. He's checking his guard again, going for leg stump. Flighted, beautifully played by 𝗃𝗃𝗃 towards the fielder at mid-wicket. Not being overly ambitious there against Kishore. That's the right attitude. They need to bat out 20 overs first. That needs to be the first plan of action for Team NMDC. If they can bat 20 overs, they'll get at least 150 on the board. This time 𝗏𝗏 goes for it, goes big, launches it over the fielder at mid-wicket. What a big 6 that is. For Kishore being put under pressure. 𝗏𝗏 fighting fire with fire. If you're going to flight it to me, I'm going to hit you for big one, says 𝗏𝗏. Be interesting to see what Kishore's comeback is going to be. If he's going to flight it again, or if he's going to fire it into the pads. With that stroke, the run rate has gone up to over 8 runs and over for the first time since the 4th over of this innings. 8.2 current run rate, 97 for 5. They've lost half of their batting side, but at least they have some runs on the board to show for it. NMDC. Very interesting if they can continue to keep up this scoring rate. Once again, goes big. The fielder had long gone, circles under it, but can only watch it pass, sail over his head. 2 big sixers from 𝗏𝗏's bat. So Kishore being put under a lot of pressure that over. 2 sixers and 1 boundary. The score over 8.5 runs and over now. 100 comes up for Team NMDC with that stroke. Hundred up, brothers. So I have Raju with me from Team NMDC. NMDC, you did not have a great outing last game, but today looks like a different day. What's the plan out there?
Actually, the other end it was a bit slow, and this end it was nice. We thought to do well by scoring singles, doubles at that end, and then we could score this end
Right.
fluently. We thought of that, but I did a mistake playing that shot. That was literally my mistake, and then this is a setback, a bit for 2-3 overs, and I think he's going well, Raja. I'm expecting it will be around 180.
180.
If these both play another 3-4 overs, it will be 180. I feel.
Okay, interesting to hear that from you, Raju. I thought that your innings started really well. I think your opener was batting really well from one end. Soumitra on the other hand was also managing things well, but I think one poor shot and that brought in a flurry of wickets. But nevertheless, right now the scoring rate is going well, like you mentioned. What do you think about Kishore's bowling? He's flighting it in the air. Do you think Raza will last it out there?
I think Raja could outlast him. I
Okay.
feel.
Okay.
But thing is, that is the thing with cricket. Even one ball, if you play a wrong shot, just like me,
Right.
anything could happen.
Right.
So, if he continues such way, I think if Raja is there, I think he can really face him well,
Right.
and we could get really good score.
I think right now the combination of batters seems really strong because 𝗃𝗃 is batting sensibly. I think he's going over run a ball himself, and Rafa, as we've already seen, he's striking a few lusty blows out there. So I think this partnership crucial for you. Do you have more batsmen lined up after this?
Yeah, we have another 2-3, but normally what happens, we play around him.
Okay.
He's such a senior player.
Around
I think,
𝗃𝗃 or Raza?
yeah, Jaiprakash.
Okay.
And he's younger than us, I feel.
Okay.
Most of the time, I mean.
Right.
So he plays really sensible. Generally, we play around him. And unfortunately, Rishi got out for a bad ball,
Right.
playing a bad shot. Otherwise, it would have been even better for us.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's the nature of the game. Happens sometimes. You play a good stroke, sometimes you can play a bad shot. And I thought you also got a rough one, in my opinion. I think the last batter who was given out leg before, I thought that ball was drifting
Yeah,
down
it
the
was,
leg.
yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It was slow, and he is pitching in the middle. I thought it would be going outside the leg stump, so I tried to sweep it off, but I couldn't reach the ball. It was very slow, and my judgment was wrong.
Right. That's the thing with a bowler like Kishore, right? He flights it so much in the air
Yeah.
that you always feel like you
It
have a
moves
chance.
in the air and all.
Right.
So basically, we have been playing for a long time. Like we have started this season with this tournament only. We have a long season to play, and our players, if they regularly come and do well, I think we have a better team rather than previous year. But thing is like out of practice, and we are playing here directly into the game. So that is the rough pass for us.
Got it. Word on your mindset because you lost the last game coming into this one. What was the team thinking before you went into bat?
Yeah, normally we don't think about winning or losing normally. See, our team, we try to play 20 overs. We try to have fun here in the weekends, and we try to have a decent game. And even with our behaviors also, we conduct ourselves.
Right.
So I think the game is really going well. Especially this ground is fantastic. I haven't seen such a green ground after a long time. See, pitch is anyway, it is Hyderabadi pitch, typical Hyderabadi pitch. But ground is really well maintained. It is very decent ground.
Right.
Playing in such kind of grounds, I feel it is very much for a cricket enthusiast. It is very much like happening thing.
Absolutely. I could not agree with you more. I think fantastic conditions for cricket overall. And generally, the weather has also been very supportive.
Yeah.
It's been very conducive to cricket. So that's awesome as well. A quick word on the organizers, the tournament, the camera work that you see. How happy are you?
Yeah,
with
this
the
is
overall setup?
outstanding. So I have been playing mixed corporates and corporates since last year here in Hyderabad. I haven't seen this kind of environment, especially with good commentary and good organizing and these kind of cameras, grounds and all. I haven't seen anything like MVL.
Right.
MVL mixed corporate, I have seen it, but it is beyond that, I feel.
Okay.
Comparatively, it is better than that. I think players' quality will be, I feel, much better there because of mixed corporate players. Some professionals also come there. So overall, they are doing really fantastic job.
Okay, awesome. That's good to hear from you. I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the tournament, sir. Do well.
Thank you.
Oh, Raza tries to go big. I think he's gotten the outside half of the bat. The fielder at long on circle Federate. He's taken a brilliant catch to dismiss Raza. So 20 of 9. But Raza is sent packing. It was fun while it lasted. But coming to a premature end. It's just talking to Raju about the importance of Raza's wicket. He was playing with fire. You could see that throughout his innings. He was going for the big ones. When you do that long enough, there's always going to be that opportunity that you create. And credit to Team FAUJI fighters that they held on to that chance that they created. Very, very good catch at the long on boundary. That was hanging in the air for a very long time. Judged it to perfection. Take another look at that catch in the replay. Look at the hang time on that ball. It was in the air for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. Judged it to perfection. Took it close to his shoulders. Brilliant fielding effort that from FAUJI fighters to dismiss Raza. 109 for 6. I must say that that is a crucial wicket. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 on the other end has been batting extremely sensibly, 24 of 24. Team NMDC need to find a way to get him on strike as long as possible. Meantime, we see a quick conference on the field. Azhar talking to somebody. Not sure what's happening there. Maybe some adjustments being made to his helmet. Yeah. The short third man goes back into position. Azhar comes back, take his position behind the stumps. Outside the leg stump, Azhar does brilliantly to stop that. If he had missed that, that was 4 wides. It does well to stop that. 110 for 6, 13.1 overs. We have K and Singh out there in the middle to join 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Outside half of the bat, but that's enough to beat the fielder at third man. Finally, they're connecting a few deliveries outside the off stump. This is what was missing in the first half of the innings. We heard from Raju earlier on in the interview that the pitch was a little slower on the other end. Maybe that was affecting things as well. But here, the pace of the pitch allowing the ball to come onto the bat. We've seen a few boundaries go out in that fashion. 114 now for 6. Again, shot outside the off stump. Played it towards the fielder at point. Single added to the score. Really good cricketing conditions this. What beautiful pictures we are bringing to you from courtesy team MVL. So many cameras covering every inch of the action. Well played towards long on. They're running quickly. No, they are not. They're comfortable with a single. Request everybody watching, all the players, any viewers online to leave us a review. Takes in a lot of time and effort in commentary as well. Would really appreciate a review on Crick Heroes. It enables us to do better, keeps us motivated, allows more people to discover our work. It goes a long way. Once again, leave us a review on Crick Heroes. Well played towards the fielder at cover point. The non-striker sending him back. No run there. So 14 overs bowled. The score remains as 117 for the loss of 6 wickets. I think they're scoring at a very healthy rate, 8.36, but they've lost a lot of wickets. 6 overs to go. They need a partnership that can bat out at least 4 overs from this point. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 looks like the senior player in the team, batting on 25 of 26. He has to play a longer innings to give his team a chance. 𝗪𝗪𝗔 comes back into the bowling attack now. Remember, he's bowled 2 overs for just 4 runs and picked up 2 wickets. Tall bowler getting some good bounce off the surface. Bowling in the channel right outside the off stump, keeping things tight for the batters. As he managed to get more of that in his second spell, or two the batters now managed to get on top of him. Singh batting on 6 of 3 with a boundary early on. Short ball outside the off stump, tried to pull it, no timing on that. A dot ball to start off the over. Once again, no timing on that. You can see that he's trying to hit it hard. That ball is way outside the off stump. He's trying to hit it towards the legs. Not getting any timing. 2 dot balls to start the over. Advances down the pitch, gets the top edge. But that's comfortably beaten the fielder at square leg. What a good boundary that is. So the aggressive intent from NMDC continues. I think they've decided to fight fire with fire this innings. I think they've realized that staying in the pitch, staying in the crease is not helping them. The batsman choosing to take the aggressive route on that occasion, got a top edge. There was no fielder at square leg, so that was a safe shot. Good 4. And it's bowled in. What a good comeback that is from 𝗀𝗃. Kept things tight. On a length, on the off stump. You miss, I hit. Singh missed out on that one. The ball hitting the middle and the off stump. A huge dent this to NMDC, because now that means that they have just 3 batters left. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 is watching the action from the other end. He's wondering what he needs to do to keep this innings together, because they're just losing batsmen in a flurry. Singh dismissed for 10 runs of 7 balls. Bowled Shashidhar Nare. 3 wickets for Shashidhar. 3 wickets for 8 runs in 2.4 overs. Brilliant bowling from Shashidhar today. A 121 for 7. 14.4 overs. 32 balls left to go in this innings. 32 crucial balls. Meantime, we see a change. The wicketkeeper, Azhar, has now handed over the gloves to somebody else, and he moves towards long on. Maybe that means that he's going to come back into the attack from the other end. Jersey number 18 now donning the wicketkeeper's gloves. Full ball on the stumps, played delectably towards the fielder at square leg. Big gap there on the leg side. Wonderful boundary. That's exactly the kind of cricket that NMDC needs. No wrist batting. There is no fielder on the leg side whatsoever to cover that gap. So 𝗀𝗃 conceding 2 boundaries this over, both in the same region. The fielder that runs in is at square leg, next to the square leg umpire. But the entire area behind him is a vast expanse. An appeal for caught behind. The keeper reluctantly joins the appeal. The umpire says no, the end of the over. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 will finally get some strike now. 25 of 26. Tapan Das has come in and hit that boundary early on. Tapan Das batting on 4 of 2, 𝗃𝗓𝗃 batting on 25 of 26. 𝗃𝗓𝗃 playing a really crucial innings for his team. He needs to bat it out. He needs to be there till the end. Needs to shepherd his team across the finishing line here. If he's there, it's going to be the difference of about 20 or 30 runs, in my opinion. It's the difference between getting 160 on the board or getting bundled out for 130 or 140. Now there's some reinforcement coming in on the leg side. So short fine leg comes into the circle. Square leg goes back to the boundary. 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗲𝗃 with the ball in hand. The batsman chooses to let it go wide outside the off stump. That may also have been wide down the leg, but the batsman choosing to nudge that. They ran through for a single there. This is going to be really interesting now because Kishore is the kind of bowler that lower order batters will always feel like they can target, and in the process invariably they end up losing their wickets. If that's going to happen, we'll find out shortly as Kishore walks into bowl to Tapan. Flights it. Oh, half a chance there. Got an inside edge. Luckily, towards square leg, they get a single. 𝗃𝗓𝗃 will have to bat intelligently here. He'll have to shield Tapan off the strike as much as he can, especially when Kishore is bowling, because Kishore is a tempter. Beautifully played off the back foot, all along the ground towards the fielder at deep cover. Run through for a single. But once again, that brings Tapan back on strike to Kishore. Tapan batting on 5 of 3. Slow one. Oh, that missed the off stump by a whisker. Just an extra coat of paint on that wicket, and he would have had him there. That was even more flighted. But on the bounce, hit it towards the fielder at mid-wicket. They take a comfortable single. The last ball of Kishore's third over coming up now, 129 for 7. Beautifully played by 𝗃𝗓𝗃, collecting it on the full and hitting the gap towards long on for a comfortable single. The end of the over. The score moves on to 130. 16 overs have been bowled. The run rate is just a tad about 8 runs an over at the moment. Raju mentioned in the interview that he was looking at a target of around 180. I think they would have quickly recalibrated that post Raza's dismissal to maybe 160. I think if they can get 160 here, they'll be happy, considering they have 7 wickets down. It's going to be Azhar who's going to come back into the bowling attack. Change in field again. You can see there's no fine leg now. So Azhar will target the line outside the off stump. 𝗃𝗓𝗃 will be aware of that. He knows that there's a huge gap on the leg side. Anything between square leg and the wicket keeper, if he can just get any bat on it, it'll be 4 runs. Oh, he starts off with the ball outside the off stump. He hits it in the air towards the fielder at deep cover. Collects it on the bounce. Maybe that was a catching opportunity if he had chosen to attack that. But Harshil not choosing to attack. I think he's happy keeping it down to a single because they would rather be happy bowling to Tapan than conceding a boundary to 𝗃𝗓𝗃. I think that's smart. Tapan comes back to face Azhar. Banged in into the stumps. Beaten outside the off stump. Dot ball. And he's bowled him. No nonsense cricket this from Azhar. You miss, I hit. Think that got something on it on its way to the stump. Maybe there was an outside edge. Or whatever it wasn't enough to protect his stump from getting destroyed. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 will be rowing his deficient to take a single. It's really, really difficult for 𝗀𝗃𝗃 as well. Let's take a look at that replay. Maybe an outside edge, but a poor shot that from the batter. Interesting cricket. 𝗹𝗏 has come back, changed the equation again in the favor of the bowling team. Slow ball on the stumps. Played well towards the fielder at point. They run through for a single. So the end of the over. Interesting cricket again. Played towards the fielder at cover. Slight misfield resulting in a single. Not sure if 𝗀𝗃𝗃 should be taking those singles, exposing the lower order batters. 17 more deliveries to go this innings. Okay, but that is well played. Credit to Chandrasekhar there. He didn't look like a lower order batter when he played that stroke. Got behind the line of the ball, drove it comfortably towards the fielder at cover, and brought 𝗀𝗃𝗃 back on strike. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 now batting on 31 of 32. What an important innings this has been from him for NMDC. Beautifully played off his pads. What a good shot that is from 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Got just the right amount of bat on it to beat the fielder between fine leg and square leg. A much needed boundary for NMDC takes the score to 139. Beautiful shot that. Shashidhar have now conceded 3 boundaries in the last 2 overs in that same region. So once again, these pictures are brought to you courtesy team MVL. Idris Haji, your commentator today for the day. Please do leave me a review on Crick Heroes if you like the work that you see. White call by the umpire. That takes the score past 140. They were 35 for 3. Remember, during the 5th over of the game, at that time 140 seemed like a distance away. But credit to some good batting from 𝗃𝗃, some lusty hitting from Raza that has got them to this score so far. 15 more balls left this innings. They'll hope to get at least 20 to 25 runs. They can just manage to somehow stay on strike for these 15 balls. Flared it over the fielder at point. What a good shot that is from 𝗃𝗃. Width offered. Good bounce on the surface throughout the day, and 𝗃𝗃 throws his hands on that. The ball goes flying over the fielder at point. No chance for anybody on the field of stopping that. Perfect result for NMDC. Score moves to 144 courtesy that stroke. Change in field comes up. Fine leg moves back towards the boundary rope. Mid-wicket comes into the circle. Short this time. Oh, he's managed to hit the non-striker. That may have been a couple of runs. But Chandrasekhar hit on his elbow. Looks like rubbing his elbow there. You can see it frantically. 𝗃𝗃 walks back just to check on him. Chandrasekhar says, no, you're fine, my mate. 145 for 8. 13 more balls left. Chandrasekhar just needs to somehow manage to dig this one out, which he does. Credit to him for playing out this over, the end of the over. Azhar looks like he's going to come back to bowl the 19th. 145 for 8. The start of the 19th over. A dot ball to start proceedings. 𝗃𝗃 just simply defends it. Batting on 40 of 36. Every run that 𝗃𝗃 has scored here has been worth its weight in gold, because we've held the innings together for Team NMDC. This time he plays it over the fielder at mid-on. The fielder at long on does the fielding. I think that's Azhar. Yes. Keeps it down to a single. Beaten outside the off stump this time. In the block hole, played it towards the fielder at cover point, run through for a single. It's a good result for NMDC, because that brings 𝗃𝗃 back on strike. 𝗏41 of 37, 𝗃𝗃 inching towards his own landmark of 50. Played it well towards the fielder at long on. Will they run in for the second? What a fantastic piece of fielding that was from Azhar. You just can't keep him away from the game today. 2 wickets, 1 catch, and now a run out. That was suicidal running. I think they were running in hope. The last batter for NMDC now comes out. I think that was an effort to keep 𝗃𝗃 on strike, but in that effort they lost their wicket. It's a cardinal sin of cricket to not bat out your 20 overs. They still have 7 balls left in this innings. 𝗃𝗃 will do well to try and harvest the strike as much as he can. Played it wonderfully towards the gap between short third man and point. They run through for a single, which means he will have a strike. That's a good result for the batting team. Starts off with a good shot outside the off stump. Luckily for him, the throw was pretty weak from the fielder at covers. Otherwise, that would have been the end of the inning for NMDC. 𝗏50 comes up with that stroke. Jayaprakash batting on 45 of 40. What can he do to retain strike all of these 5 balls? Change in field. Short third man moves towards short fine leg. There's a square leg. There's a deep mid wicket, a deep long on, a deep long off, and a deep cover. The 4 fielders inside the circle. Square leg, short fine leg, covers in point. Flares it outside the off stump this time. Beats the fielder at cover point. Goes towards the fielder at deep cover. But this time they can't take the second. That is the perfect result for the FAUJI fighters, because that means Jayaprakash is off strike and they'll be bowling to number 11 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 now. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃. Funny things happen in cricket when the number 11 is on strike. There you can see, defended it back to the bowler. Jayaprakash 46 for 41, signaling to Hrithwik, just to open the face towards point. Dab in for a single. Slow ball on the leg stump. A throw from the wicketkeeper in desperation, but he can't hit the stump and they run through for a leg bye. The last 2 balls of the innings coming up now. 153 for 9 the score for NMDC. I think they are just a tad bit under where they would want to be at this time, because they would have thought 160 would be a competitive score on this surface. And he's bowled him, but the umpire has called it a no ball. The umpire has called it a no ball, so that means a free hit is on its way. What a result this for NMDC. Looks like they had too many fielders outside the circle on that occasion. What a good shot that is from Jayaprakash. And this time he gets dismissed, trying to run for the second. Dismissed of a free hit. 47 or 43. What a good inning from Jayaprakash. But that ends the proceeding for this innings. NMDC dismissed for 155. And FAUJI fighters will be chasing 156 to win this game. I must say that this is like that in-between score where you feel like you've just done about enough. FAUJI fighters, if they are able to get a good partnership when they start their innings, will definitely feel that they've done enough. Jayaprakash batting brilliantly, his entire team walking out to congratulate him for that knock. 47 or 42 in the end, selflessly run himself out to try and get back on strike. Unfortunately for him, a good strong throw coming in from the deep on that occasion. The stumps were destroyed by the wicketkeeper, and that brought the innings to a close. What a good performance this has been from FAUJI fighters as well. Azhar Ali chipping in with 3 wickets for just 21 runs. Shashi Dhar picked up 3 wickets for 24 runs of his 4 overs. Harshil bowled 2 overs for 21. Shivak Gundra 3 overs, 22 runs for 1 wicket. 𝘃𝗶𝗁𝗃 4 overs, 36 runs for 1 wicket. And Rahul up top 3 overs for 27 runs, no wickets picked. The batting team definitely lost their way early on in the innings. They were going at the rate of knots off the blocks. The 3rd over going for plenty. The 4th over, Azhar brought them back into the innings, picking up 2 wickets, 1 for 31, 1 for 34. The 5th over, 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃 Rao was dismissed. The 6th over for Mitra was dismissed. And we saw a little bit of a partnership go through that lasted for a few overs, and then Raju was dismissed in the 12th over, given out leg before. A dubious call, that one. Raza came out, struck a few lusty blows. He was dismissed in the 14th over, caught at long on courtesy of a brilliant catch. Then all the batters that came in after that showed some application. They tried to hang in there to support Jayaprakash. Partnership all along, just a 10-run partnership, 109 to 121, then 131. Then Chandrasekhar batted till they got up across to 148. And then in the end, Jayaprakash getting dismissed, trying to run that 2nd run to retain strike for 155 of the penultimate ball of the innings. It brings us to the close of this innings, 155 for 10. We'll come back in 5 minutes to watch the second half of the game. Stay tuned, stay interested as the MVL Pure Cup continues on its merry way. FAUJI fighters will be facing 156 to win this against Team NMDC. This is Idris signing off on behalf of Team MVL, and we'll see you again in 5 minutes' time.
Get that,
Live action about to get underway between NMDC and FAUJI fighters. NMDC managed to put on 155 runs on the board the first innings. Just one ball short of finishing their entire innings, courtesy of very good knock from 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Scored 47 of 43 balls. Also supported by Raza, who got a quick fire 20, and Rishi Raj, who had also scored 21 runs earlier on in the innings. 3 wickets each to Azhar and Shashidhar that innings. NMDC will be coming on to bowl, trying to defend a target of just 156 runs. I think if they can manage to pick a couple of early wickets in this innings, I think they'll have a chance. Right arm over the wicket, starts off with a length ball outside the off stump. It was an ugly looking stroke there from the batter, but effective. Bottom of the bat towards mid wicket and a single to start proceedings for the FAUJI fighters. Azhar Ali now on strike. So opening the bowling, opening the batting, getting the keeper's gloves. This everything that Azhar wants to get his hands on. Short ball outside the off stump. Length. Was not very well connected, but it was enough to get 4 runs towards the cover region to start proceedings. What a good start for Azhar. Quick change in field. I think they are just changing personnel, or if there's being a change, yeah, there is a change in position. So deep cover comes out and is hit the ball off its leather there. What a good shot that is. 6 runs to start proceeding for Azhar. I think FAUJI fighters have come on with a fight in their mind. I think they've decided to make easy of this. It's this target of 156. Two length balls, once outside the off stump, once within the stumps. The first one hit over cover point for a boundary. The second one hit over long on for a boundary, for a 6 rather. So 11 runs coming off the first 3 balls. What a good start this is for FAUJI fighters. Change in field again. Long on goes out now. Mid wicket rocks back towards the edge of the circle. Outside half of the bat. Midfield again at covers. That's not what NMDC are wanting. They really need to keep things tight. Not sure who the fielder there is. Maybe that's 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Going down the legs. Polite appeal from the umpire, from the fielders to the umpire. Umpire says no. The bowler walks back. Good ball again, but once again, poor fielding from the same fielder. Should have stopped that. Parries it, concedes a single. The batsman asking for a change of bat. Second over about to get underway now. Raju conceded 13 runs off his first over. Short ball on a length. Played towards mid wicket. They run through for a single. Raju, the captain, conceding 13 runs off his first over. Hrithwik Pandey comes into the attack. Short ball again outside the off stump. Azhar has drilled that towards cover. What a good shot again. Looks like Azhar has all the time in the world. He's staying back and hitting the ball on its merit, not taking any risks. The ball just sat up there to be hit outside the off stump and Azhar obliged. Full choff this time, played it towards mid wicket, but no runs conceded. What a good shot that is! Advancing down the pitch, taking it on a length, beating the fielder at long on for another boundary. Azhar have decided that he's going to end things early here. NMDC being put under a lot of pressure. 14 runs of the first over. 8 runs already of this one. 9 rather. The wicketkeeper getting ready now to maybe stand up to the stumps. Again, tries to hit it big. Goes over the side screen there. What a good shot from Azhar. 6 easy runs. Effortless hitting this from Azhar. 28 runs on the board already, just a second over underway. Wow. Team NMDC must be wondering why were they finding it so difficult earlier on in their innings. "15 runs conceded already off a 5-ball ऋत्विक. We'll be hoping to get a dot ball here to close this over. Bowls a slower one, and Azhar respectfully defends that towards mid-off. The end of the over. Two overs bowled. The score stays at 28. 28 for the loss of no wickets. What a good start for Fuji fighters. Azhar batting on 25 of just 8 balls. Wow. 3 fours and 2 sixes. Fantastic batting from Azhar Ali. Raju going for 13 of his first. He's going to come back to bowl his second over. He'll be bowling to Mahi, batting on 3 of 4. The field that they have for Mahi is long on and long off. And then the ring field inside the circle. Beat him for pace there. The keeper not able to collect, unfortunately conceding a bye. That's poor from Team NMDC for 2 reasons. In fact, that was an inside edge. Yeah, the umpire signaled a run. Was that a catching opportunity? Take another look at that quickly. Once again, Azhar goes for it. Gets bat on ball. And 4 easy runs again over cover point. Let's take a quick look at that earlier opportunity in the over. Played towards the fielder at cover. No run conceded on that occasion. 𝘃𝗏 has been batting tremendously. 29 runs already of just 10 balls faced. Strike rate of 290. Wow. Desperately need to get him out here. What a good shot that is. Just helped it on its way towards the fine leg region. 4 more runs. So asking for a change in bat. Wow. Maybe that's Mahi who's requesting that, because 𝘃𝗏 is absolutely belting it. There's no reason why he would like to change a bat when he's batting on 33 of 11. Just poor bowling from Raju. Both sides of the wicket. Too short on most occasions. I think every ball that has been hit for a boundary so far has been short of length. Struggling for their length today. NMDC. Once again on a length, hit towards the fielder at long off, who can only run around and collect the ball beyond the boundary rope. 4 more runs. Phenomenal batting this from 𝘃𝗏. He's moved on to 37 of just 12 balls. 41 of 2.5 overs. Wow. And 𝘃𝗏 has gotten 37 of those. A full ball that time. Just got some bat on it. Maybe inside edge, maybe his glove. Not sure what happened there. But he's hurt. Gets his pad off immediately, 𝘃𝗏. Some damage done, maybe towards his ankle. He went down like a deck of cards, like a house on fire. We just hope that he's not seriously injured here. He's been batting phenomenally. In any case, that brings us to the end of the over. 12 runs conceded of that over from Raju. Coming back into the bowling attack now. Once again, the keeper missing a straightforward take. It's never easy when you're standing up to the stumps, but you're expected to do better. 𝗀𝗃𝗃, after that wonderful innings with the bat, have now come into bowl. A lot of experience with him. Seems to have a very, very strong head over his shoulders, 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Picked 314 wickets. 314 wickets in his 393 matches. Wow. And he's bowled him. What a good ball that is. Yorked him on the leg stump. Mahi was a little too slow getting his bat down in time and loses his middle stump. Fantastic change in bowling this from Raju, getting 𝗀𝗃𝗃 into the attack and getting Mahi dismissed. That interruption in the innings definitely working against the FAUJI fighters. Let's take a look at the replay. See that, yorked him right on his middle and leg stump. See there, wonderful pictures being brought by our media team. Full ball. Got him to play inside the line of that. The ball just deviated slightly in the air. Beautiful bowling from 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Gets an early wicket. A much needed breakthrough. Required run rate just a tad under 7 runs an over now. Courtesy that wonderful hitting from Azhar. Batting on 37 of 13 on the other end. Anirudh comes out to bat. Scored 400 runs in his 37 matches. Wonderful piece of bowling again. Got him to open himself up. Edged it towards the fielder at short third man, who got his 5 10s to stop that ball. Very good bowling this. But now it's going to be the big test because it's going to be Azhar on strike. Azhar is looking like he's batting on a different planet altogether. 37 again. 37 of just 13 balls faced. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 bowling to him for the first time. Smashes it. Picks the gap perfectly between point and gully. 4 more runs added to the score. There's nothing that NMDC can do to stop Azhar at the moment. They can't wait for the bowling power play to end. Remember, first 6 overs of the game is the bowling power play. Only 2 fielders are allowed outside the circle. The batsmen making full toll of this. Azhar has been batting fantastically. And this time he's played it towards mid-on. Deep mid-wicket rather. Keeps it down to a single. That's the perfect result. The end of the over, the score moves to 47 for 1. 109 runs needed now of 96 balls. Looks like we have a change in bowling. Slightly slower bowler now bowling from the highway end. Starts off with a dot ball to 𝗲𝗏. Another dot ball. Aniket. 2 dot balls to start off the over against 𝗲𝗏. Tries to hit it, but once again picks the fielder at mid-on. On the card, something big is going to happen. Either 𝗲𝗏 is going to break all boundaries, or we may be seeing a wicket coming up. Just as I say that, Aniket bowls a full toss, and 𝗲𝗏 was not able to dispatch that. Wonderful over this from Aniket. 5 balls bowled, just 1 run conceded so far. So exactly what the doctor ordered for the team NMDC. That's a catching opportunity, and he's taken it at point. What a good catch. Brilliant bowling from Aniket. Hung it outside the off stump, bowled it on a length. The batsman felt like he could have cut that, but in reality, that ball was too close for him to cut. Hit it straight to the fielder at point, who accepted it with gleeful arms. Wonderful wicket this for team NMDC. 48 for 2 now FAUJI fighters. 𝗲𝗏 on the other end, 43 of 19. Imagine the score is 48. He scored 43 of these runs of just the 19 balls that he faced. That forces 𝗲𝗏 now to bat slightly more sensibly, maybe take fewer risks because they've now lost 2 wickets. 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃 will continue to bowl from the highway end. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 comes out to bat to join 𝗲𝗏. He scored 6,800 runs in his 271 matches, an average of over 35 runs per game. So money, really worth his money. Very, very strong batter for FAUJI fighters. Aniket, just 1 run and a wicket in his previous over. 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃, 6 runs and a wicket in his previous over. Bowls another dot ball to 𝗲𝗏. Short ball, tries to hit it, and he hits it comfortably over the fielder at long on. A bad ball from 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃 is punished by 𝗲𝗏. 𝗲𝗏 batting on 49 now, just 1 run away from what would be a remarkable half century. Remember, he was hit on his knee earlier in the innings. And what a good shot. 1 more time over the cover fielder this time. 6 more runs. Brilliant batting from 𝗲𝗏. Takes the team score to over 60 and his own score to over 55. 55 of the 60 runs have been scored by just 𝗲𝗏 this innings. Wow, what a fantastic stat that is. 22 balls for his 55 runs, scoring at a strike rate of 250. Brilliant batting from 𝗲𝗏. On the bounce, goes to the fielder at long off. Just a single added to the score. What a good piece of bowling that is from Jayaprakash. Beat him all ends up. Just looks like a different surface every time. The batter is not Azhar. Everybody else has seemed to struggle besides Azhar so far this innings. Money flicks his bat nonchalantly and comes back to take guard. Flaves it outside the off stump. What a good shot that is. The ball running away towards the cover point boundary. Goes over the fence for 4 more runs. 65 at the end of 6 overs. And that brings us to the end of the power play. The required run rate, only 6.5 runs an over now. Aniket coming back to bowl from the highway end. Money batting on 4 of 2. Azhar batting on 56 of 23. Wow. Played that towards long on. Just take a single. Aniket asking if mid-wicket fielder to move towards square leg. Beautifully played off his pads towards the fine leg region. It's an empty unmanned area and the ball trickles over the boundary rope. What a good shot that is from Money. No nonsense cricket. Just deflected off his pads, making full toll of a bat delivery there. This time played it towards point. The fielder fumbles it. It results in a single. And Azhar comes back on strike. 71 of 2. Azhar walks across his stumps, hits it towards mid-wicket. The fielder does really well to stop that from going through. Well stopped there, keeps it down to a single. Azhar not running aggressively after he's been hit on his ankle earlier on in the innings. .84 runs needed now of 80 balls. What a good piece of bowling again from Aniket. Brilliantly bowled. Keeper this time managing to collect. Tries to break the stumps down. Played that towards cover point. No runs added. We'll take another look at that. Beautiful piece of bowling from Aniket. Beaten him all ends up. But luckily for him, didn't lose his footing. The end of the over, 72 for 2. Aniket has only conceded 8 runs in his 2 overs. That's a brilliant return from him. Chandrasekhar now comes into the attack. He's picked up 80 wickets in his 120 games. Best of 4 for 12. How much will his team want him to get those 4 wickets today? Oh, how much they would love it if he can pick Azhar early on in this over. Azhar in the meantime is batting in his own merry way, 58 runs of his 25 balls. Defends it back to the bowler. You can see Azhar is still feeling his knee there. Well bowled once again. The fielder at cover, not able to stop that. Should have been stopped. A poor throw from the deep results in 2 runs. A better throw would definitely have found Azhar wanting. You can see Azhar is hopping. He's not really sprinting through his runs. Unfortunately though for the bowling team, the throw lacked venom. Played it beautifully towards long on. The fielder runs around, keeps it down to a single. Once again, played it past back the bowler towards mid-on. They run through for a single. This is really good batting from FAUJI fighters. They're not taking any undue risk. They're really playing to the merit of the ball. Well, you can see that Azhar has scored at 61 runs of 28 balls. It's not been all hell for leather. He's batted sensibly. He's played good cricketing strokes. He's played to the merit of the ball. He's thrown his arms at anything wide. Whenever the bowlers have bowled it short, he's taken toll of bad bowling. This is a really good result for FAUJI fighters. They managed to put on a score without taking too many risks. Money batting on 10 of 7. Once again, played beautifully back past the bowler. They run through for a single. The end of the over, the score comes to 78. 78 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. Aniket comes back to bowl his third over. 8 runs, 2 overs, 1 wicket. Wonderful batting from FAUJI fighters again. Just milking the bowling. They're not doing anything too ambitious. Just playing everything to the merit of the ball. Taking full toll when they see anything loose. Azhar on strike. Well on his way to a century now. 62 of 29. Bat ball. Put away comfortably over the fielder at square leg. 4 runs added to the score. Testimony to a good batter that doesn't let anything loose go away. That's what Azhar has done all innings today. Change in signal from the umpire there. Wonderful camera work put to use. The ball had carried over the boundary ropes. A top edge that time, I think. No, that's comfortably over the fielder for another 6 over long off. Aniket was excited there for a little while. He thought that he was in with a chance. But the fielder just turned back, went over the boundary rope to collect the ball. This is just superb batting from Azhar. 74 now of 31. Another big one. Another one that just goes sailing over the fielder at long on. Brilliant batting from Azhar, making it look so easy. Into the 80s with that stroke. Wow! 80 runs of just 32 balls. When you feel like you've seen everything, there's Azhar out there to shock you. 97 for 2 in just 8.4 overs. Required run rate well under 6 runs an over now. Just about 5.2 per over needed. Full toss, takes full toll and hits it in the gap between square leg and long on for another 6. 3 back-to-back big hits. Four back-to-back big hits this over. Azhar Ali has really taken his name seriously today. Azhar reminding everybody the way that Mohammad Azharuddin used to bat ages ago, especially disrespectful towards anybody who would bowl off spin to him. He's taking full toll of Azhar. Aniket is wondering what has happened to him, because his stats have gone from 2 overs, 8 runs for 1 wicket to 2.5 overs, 33 runs for 1 wicket. 4 back-to-back sixes. The last ball of the over coming up. Another one that's hit straight and the fielder runs in. Can't stop that. One more 6. 30 runs of the last 5 balls. That takes Azhar into the 90s. 92 now of 34. Wow! Phenomenal batting this from Azhar. 92 runs of 34 balls. NMDC have no answers to what Azhar has to throw at them. "39 runs Aniket concedes in his 3 overs for that 1 wicket that he's picked. Surprising a little bit. He didn't go for any variations that over. No quicker one. Money on the other end, just playing sensibly, bringing Azhar back on strike. What a good shot again. Adjusted. He's running through for a second. That's a testament to his fitness. In spite of the injury, he wants to make sure that he capitalizes on anything loose. The 100 has already come up comfortably in the last over. 112 for 2 now. There's 44 runs needed of 64 balls. Azhar batting on 94. Just 1 hit away from a century. He goes for it. He's not timed it well. Oh, the fielder at covers drops a lollipop of a catch. The captain Raju dropping that on the boundary rope. Really never looked comfortable under that. It was a long way away from his body when he was trying to catch that ball. And Azhar getting a lifeline, giving him another chance to get to his 100. And he goes for it. At this time, he hits it well. A century comes up for Azhar. What a great knock that is. Just that one chance of the previous ball, but otherwise a flawless innings. Fantastic batting from Azhar. 100 of just 36 balls. 37 balls rather. The keeper congratulates him on that knock. Brilliant batting and great to see the spirit of cricket alive. It's not easy when you're in the field and you're being hit all around the park. You've got to appreciate beauty when you see it. An appeal for run out. The umpire says no. Hits it straight back past the bowler towards long on, and they run through for a single. Hold 122 for 2 the score. Azhar batting on 103 of 38. Remember, a total score of 122, who's managed to score 108 of those. Phenomenal batting this from Azhar. 103 of just 38 balls. There's no doubt who the man of the match is going to be here. It's just a matter of formality now. 34 runs needed of 60 balls. Just running through its motions. 10 overs have been bowled. The players are enjoying a drink. We'll come back to you shortly in about 5 minutes' time. Back to the action. Ritwik Pandey is going to be bowling to Mani Gaur. Full outside the off stump, hit it straight towards long off. Maybe a catching opportunity, but maybe a mountain too difficult to climb now. The thick bowling left arm around the wicket to 𝗲𝗏. I actually think that's 𝗠RISHIRAJ, not 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Paces his shoes. I remember him wearing yellow shoes. At that time, 𝗲𝗏 backs away, picks the gap perfectly between point and cover. Beautiful boundary again. Zero risk cricket from 𝗲𝗏. He's just played one bad stroke so far this innings. This time goes big over cover. Huge six. What a good shot that is from 𝗲𝗏. Wow. Fantastic batting. Think he wants to end things early. 133 with that stroke. Just 23 runs needed in 57 balls. A wide ball outside the off stump. No ball called. Maybe that was pitching outside the pitch. This time played towards square leg, mid-wicket rather. No runs conceded. Wide called. Wide again. This time he's taking it from outside the off stump over the long on fielder. Another six. 𝗲𝗏 is just hitting these for fun now. Batting on 119 of just 42 balls. What a good shot that is! Just walked across his stumps and flicked it off nonchalantly for a beautiful six over square leg. This is just brilliant batting from 𝗲𝗏. Phenomenal innings this. We've been privileged to watch this display of outstanding batsmanship. 125 of just 43 balls, striking at almost 300 runs per ball. Wow! To sustain this kind of batting over a period of time, especially when he was hurt in his ankle earlier in the innings, is just remarkable. Just 2 hits away now. The start of the new over, and the fielder makes a meal of that towards square leg, concedes the boundary. I think it's just a matter of time now, just one ball away maybe from finishing this game. The last ball being dispatched for a boundary, not a no ball. Wide down the leg stump, the keeper can't move around to stop that. The ball is running away towards the boundary rope. So 4 wides, and that's the end of the match. A comfortable victory for Team FAUJI fighters. 157 of just 11.1 overs. That wraps up the game. I have Anirudh with me from Team FAUJI fighters. What a fantastic victory that was for your team.
Yes.
Azhar, what was he on? What was he batting on?
We call him Monster actually. And thank God we are on the winning side, and
Right.
he's playing
For
with
you.
us. Yes, for us. Yeah, I think 156 is a pretty decent target. We thought of starting it slow, but he got very good batting, and yeah.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think a feature for me throughout the innings was that he was not playing bad shots.
Yes.
He was hitting the ball to its merit. Anything that was wide, he was flashing it on the offside. Anything that was short, he was hitting it over mid-wicket. So brilliant batting from him, great to see. But I think it was set up courtesy the brilliant bowling effort that you guys put together.
Yes.
3 wickets both for Azhar, and I think the other person
Shashidhar.
was Shashidhar.
Correct.
Right? A word on that bowling effort, please.
Yeah, 𝗙𝗃𝗲 is our open spell bowler actually, but now
Bowled first
Azhar-
change today.
Yes, yes, but yeah, I think we bowled pretty good, and Kishore is our captain, and he asked us to bowl just wicket to the wicket and don't worry about the runs. Even though we got a couple of fours in the initial overs, but we are pretty much clear that we have to bowl wicket to the wicket, and we
Awesome.
got a decent score.
So a winning start to your proceedings in this tournament. What are you looking forward to achieve in this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we are pretty much confident because of the batting lineup we have, and we got initial 2 wickets we lost a little early. So with the batting lineup what we have, and we can be more aggressive, and we can be more dominant in this series. That's what we are.
Absolutely. If Azhar continues to bat like this, I think this is going to be a tournament worth a lot of runs.
Yeah, so he's just one of the player. We have more surprises. So I say that other teams will look after FAUJI.
All right, we'll look forward to some more entertainment
Thank
from
you.
you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy the win with your team.
Thank you very much.
Perform the match? No.
Got it. in Texas. Been cooking in the kitchen since back when. Think about now, you can see me back then. Back then, I was bringing stacks in. Bring it back, shit, blowing like the Paxton. About that action, I ain't with the cap in. Never see me lacking, I'm about that action. Gotta get dough, gotta go, that dough, gotta get more, get that, gotta get bottle, gotta get dough, gotta.
इंग्लिश में जो भी चलेगा.
Jaiprakash sir, disappointing that you finished on the losing side today, but a word on your own performance. 47 runs with the bat. You came in at a tough time. What was going through your mind?
So we thought we had a good score on board because 150 plus in a pure corporate match, definitely it was a challenging score. But one batsman made a difference. I think Azhar played innings of his life. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think the funny part about that innings was it didn't look to me like he was flogging the ball. It
Yes.
looked like he was playing to the merit of the ball at all times. You think that maybe different choice of bowlers would have worked early on in the innings?
No, we played to our strength only because we had spinners actually, which was more of spinners and less of medium paces. We thought kind of game which he has, probably it's not for the pure corporate, but it's mainly for a mixed corporate team. I think it was too good for us.
Yeah. Perhaps today that was the case. A word on your own innings, sir. 47 of 43. You came in at a tough time. What was going through your own mind when you were batting?
We were looking at a score of around 170, 180. I think we played to that. Maybe till the 15th over, we had something in control for that. But probably in the last 5 overs, we couldn't capitalize. Probably another 20, 30 runs would have made a difference. But the kind of innings he has played, even 250 would have been not sufficient.
Yeah, but you never know, right? If 180 was the target, maybe you would have batted differently. You don't know.
So one wicket would have made a difference because we didn't see much of batting depth from FAUJI. So I thought probably one wicket anytime would have changed the game.
All right, for 2 losses to start off your tournament, what are you looking forward to in the next rest of the games to come?
So we have come to play. We have come with a pure corporate team. You can see the average age would be more than 40. But still, I feel we come for enjoyment. I think win or lose doesn't matter much. I think my players would definitely do well and get some experience from this.
I think a better performance today with the bat. Maybe in the next game, we'll get to see a better performance with the ball, and then that will push your team forward for the rest of the tournament.
Probably batting and bowling, what we say is, as I said, we are on the higher side of the age, maybe around 35 plus or 40. So we are expecting that we play to our strength, probably both batting and bowling, even fielding also would lacking if you see the kind of teams what we have. But still we would like to play and win some matches.
All right, hard luck today, but well played, sir. All the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Sir, ले लीजिएगा.
क्या खा के आए थे आज? क्या हो क्या रहा था उधर? मेरे को तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था.
खाकर तो सिर्फ पाले जी खाकर आया था. Just I prove my captain that I can play anywhere.
हाँ.
Yeah.
अपनी बैटिंग इनिंग्स के बारे में कुछ बताइए, क्योंकि मैंने ऐसी हिटिंग इतना स्मूथली आप मार रहे थे, ऑलमोस्ट फ्लॉलेसली बैटिंग कर रहे थे. एंड स्टार्टिंग में तो मेरे को लग रहा था कि यू वर नॉट टेकिंग एनी रिस्क, खाली आप मेरिट ऑफ द बॉल पे खेल रहे थे. वाज आई राइट और वेर यू रियली हिटिंग इट?
नहीं, एक्चुअली दिस इज माय नेचुरल गेम. यही मेरा गेम है कि पहले बॉल से ही हिट करूँ. इफ अगर मैं 15 बॉल्स खेल लिया तो आई कैन हिट सेंचुरी ऑल्सो. वही उस पर ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट था कि मैं सेंचुरी करूँ आज. स्टार्टिंग में रिस्क नहीं ले रहा था ताकि मिडिल ऑफ द बैट हो, कॉन्फिडेंस आए, इसीलिए.
बॉलिंग में 3 विकेट, बैटिंग में सेंचुरी, प्लस विकेट कीपिंग भी करना है. सब कुछ आप ही करोगे और किसी को भी कुछ करने दोगे?
बस कप्तान अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे रहे, बस ग्रैब कर रहा हूँ मैं बस. काफ़ी
वेरी गुड. बहुत मजा आया आपकी इनिंग्स देख के. इस मैच से आगे के टूर्नामेंट के लिए आप क्या लेके जाओगे?
ये एवरी मैच जो है एक्सपीरियंस होगा. एवरी टीम से जो है ना सिर्फ एक्सपीरियंस ही मिलेगा. जैसे कि आज भी खेला हूँ, गेम तो वही रहेगी बट एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता जाएगा.
थोड़ा सा एक ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ. सेंचुरी होने के बाद मैच ऑलमोस्ट आपके हाथ में थी. डिड यू थिंक एट दैट टाइम कि शायद अब मैं रिटायर होता हूँ, किसी और को चांस देता हूँ ताकि उनको भी बैटिंग करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले?
एक्चुअली मेरे को दूसरे मैच के लिए जाना था बट सोचा था कि चले जाऊँ, फिर सोचा नहीं, इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ गेम, मैं पूरी इनिंग ख़त्म करके जाऊँगा, इसीलिए खेला हूँ पूरी इनिंग.
और अपने पैर की इंजरी के बारे में कुछ बताइए, क्या हुआ था वहाँ पे? बराबर हमें दिखा नहीं, इनसाइड एज लगा था.
इनसाइड एज था, बॉल इनसाइड एज हुआ, एक्चुअली वहीं पे लगा,
एंकल पे लगा.
हाँ, एंकल पे लगा.
अच्छा
सर्जरी जहाँ हुई हो। थैंक यू फॉर द बॉलर मेरे को जो हिट करा, ताकि मैं पेशेंस से खेला, मैं इतना पेशेंस से खेलता नहीं हूँ। जी हाँ,
ठीक है, चलो कांग्रेचुलेशंस
Thank you.
अगेन, ब्रिलियंट इनिंग्स
Thank you.
एंड वी लुक फॉरवर्ड कि आप आगे के भी रेस्ट ऑफ द मैचेस में भी इसी तरीके से हमें
Sure,
एंटरटेन
sure.
करोगे।
श्योर, थैंक
थैंक
यू।
यू।